Hi YouTube. Well, you joined me in mid-January. Actually, we're getting towards the end of January. I'm down by the River Meavy in Dartmoor. The first shot that I want to get today is of the bridge. Now, I've never photographed it from this side of the river before. And in order to make sure that I don't get any cars in, because there's a car park just the other side of the bridge, I'm going to have to actually get down by the water's edge. So that could be a little bit tricky, because obviously I don't want to go in the river or get my gear in the river. So I'm going to see if I can position myself in order to get the shot without getting the cars in. Position. I've had to extend the center column so that I can get over this little bank of rocks here, so I can get a clearer view of the bridge. So I'm just going to get my focus now using the live view. So what I'm going to do now, in order to get a slightly longer exposure, I'm going to close my aperture down to f16. Now, that should give me a bit longer on my exposure. So yeah, I can now go to half a second. And that's going to give me a slightly nicer look to the water. Yeah. And there we go, that's the effect I was looking for. Let's just check that everything is sharp and in focus. Yep, that all looks good. So I might actually go for the 10-second timer. So what that's going to do is, when I press the shutter, as you can see, the camera's wobbling ever so slightly because I've got the center column fully extended. So what that will do is give it plenty of time for the camera to settle down. Don't touch it, obviously. There, now that should ensure that this image has no motion blur whatsoever, and it's absolutely pin sharp all the way through. Yeah, and on the back of the camera, it's looking good. So that's my first shot in the bag. I'm going to move on into the woods now and see what we can find in there. So I've got a beautiful oak tree framed up now. It's leaning over to the left. It's got a sort of natural rock bank that leads into it, and all the rocks are covered in moss and dead leaves left over from the autumn. I love the way the boughs are hanging over to the left. They're all covered in moss. They've got ferns growing out of them and lichen hanging off them. So yeah, I really like this one. So let's just so I'm at 1/3 of a second, f/16, ISO 50, 2-second timer, and that's it. Very simple. So I've got this beautiful scene framed up at the moment. I'm right on the bank of the river. In fact, my tripod is actually in the river. And we've got all these boulders here with these cascades of water coming through the boulders. Just on the left of the frame, we've got a tree that's growing straight out of the bank. There's in the bottom left corner of the frame, there's a nice fallen log that comes across into the water, and then on the right we've got like a fern tree framing it all up beautifully. So I've got a polarizer on just to take all the reflection out of the water. I don't need any reflection there. There's nothing to reflect. I'm at 1/7 of a second, f11, ISO 50, 2-second timer. I'm just going to check my focus. Make sure everything's absolutely pin sharp from front to back. There we go. So we're all ready to take the shot. Beautiful. Right, that's me done for today from here at the River Meavy on Dartmoor. I'm going to head back to the car now. I do hope you like the images. I hope you like the video. Thanks again for watching. See you in the next video.